Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Effect podcast. And today, me and Liam are going to be doing some character predictions for Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Now, there is only the one trailer, so we are going to be taking some pretty big leaps here. But we'll just try our best, mate, to use some logic from what we can see in the trailer to predict what the names of the characters are going to be, who we're going to play as maybe, and what their personalities are going to be like. So we're going to run the trailer in the background as we go through it. And mate, I'll throw it straight over to you. What are your first thoughts?
Yeah, so you already have your names written down. This was an idea you've just thrown right before the recording, so I'm kind of working it out. And I thought I would use the trailer to help me. So these are our four girls here. We know that the names confirmed are Kat, Nora, Autumn, and Swann. There's a book here that says Swann, right? And it says composition book. These ones are the two musicians, right? Like the two taller of the girls, right? So you would say that Swann is one of these two. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's the tall girl with the dyed red hair, like the badass, like emo-ish looking one. So I'm gonna say that one's Swann.
Okay.
I reckon, and I mean, we're really leaping at the other ones here, so like they could be whoever. I reckon this girl here, the mousy looking one. I don't know. I think. Oh god, I have a feeling this girl's Autumn. I don't know why. The redhead, I'm saying Autumn, and it's kind of like a toss up between the other two. I'm just gonna guess that the one on the far end is Kat, and the smaller girl is Nora. I don't know why. Those are the two I'm uncertain about. Could be the other way around. We'll probably it turns out it goes Autumn, Kat, Swann, Nora, and I've just completely fucked this. But we can laugh back at that in the future, so it's fine.
Well, mate, snap. I've got the exact same prediction for the names. Do you want me to give you my reasoning?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
So I've predicted, so you see the third girl in, I've predicted her as Autumn, and honestly, like you, hair colour, reddy brown. I thought it makes sense with Autumn. I just thought Swann, the girl on the left, like you say, with the little book about the sort of, the being in the band and that. But there is another reason I've got to admit. It's when I looked on the the stream website, or just the general website for the game, the order of the girls was Swann, Nora, Autumn, and Kat. And because they're literally lined up here, I was just sort of putting two and two together. It's not the hardest thing in the world, so I've sort of gone along with that line of thinking. So yeah, we've literally got the same, mate. It's really interesting because I thought you was going to predict that the second girl in was Autumn for some reason. I saw you said that in another video, but
I think I might have. And yeah, you know what? I did look at that order thing and think that is a possibility, but I didn't even look at that. And I haven't looked at it. I've just done it on a whim here. But yeah, we just know that Swann is one of the musician girls. But fair. One thing we also wanted to do is do our little character prediction. So I think we just go left to right, mate. Right? So what do you reckon Swann, or who might be Swann, is gonna? What do you reckon she's gonna be like, lad?
So what have I got written here? I've got Swann in brackets, punky girl. And I've just said that she's going to be very carefree, a very free spirit, maybe quite rebellious. From the shots that we saw in the thing, just the way she was there, smoking. It looks like she's always up for a good laugh. I feel like she might be the instigator for them going into the forest to maybe lead up to this particular bit. She's obviously very crucial to the band as well. I feel like she could be a leader of the group, mate, if I had to guess. So that's who I think Swann is for me.
That is bang on kind of what I was thinking. I reckon she's the rebel with the team, mate. Her fashion is probably the most out there, the most that, sort of a normie would tut at, So she's quite carefree, isn't she? So I get some Chloe Price vibes from her. Obviously it's the same creators, and I reckon they're not able to use Chloe Price anymore, but they're just gonna channel that Chloe Price creation into this Swann girl, who we reckon Swann. So yeah, and I think they'll get one step further to mirror her with Chloe. I think she's going to kind of come from a bit of like a broken home as well, maybe have some family issues. And I think, you know, when you tend to have like more carefree parents or maybe like less sort of stable parents, you're often the one that like hosts the parties and stuff. So I reckon like maybe this garage where they're all hanging out at, I can see it being at her place. I reckon she's the host as well.
Ah, interesting shout. Yeah, I could run along with that.
Let's go for this girl here, mate, who we think's Nora. Funny enough, like, we know that we're playing as one playable character. I rolled the dice saying I think it's her, although it could be Autumn. Loads of people commented saying, nah, I think it's her. She has the most shots, you know, with the eye. She's the one with the camera. So, like, loads of people think it's her. I'm just going to maybe stick with my guns here and say, you know what, I do think it is Nora. And because I think she's going to be the playable character, I reckon she's going to be a bit of a blank canvas. Someone that, you know, you can kind of like, maybe let's say like who we think is Swann, who we think is Autumn. Let's say they get in a bit of a disagreement. I think they're going to keep her quite plain Jane in order for us to kind of like switch who we want to go with. So yeah, I think maybe, you know, she seems quite quiet, but maybe not the quietest. I reckon there's going to be another shy girl here. So yeah, I'm just kind of going for plain Jane vibes, mate. How about you?
Interesting. So yeah, obviously, like I said, I do think that Autumn, so the third girl, is going to be the playable character. So here for Nora, I've put her down as the goofy sidekick, and perhaps she's a little bit nerdy. So I feel like that she's going to be quite close to Autumn, and I'm just looking at this shot here. Obviously, Autumn's like closest to the frame, and she's like right behind her, like quite close to her. So yeah, I feel like these two are going to get on quite well. They're probably like going to be the closest two in the group of friends. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for Nora, mate.
Sweet. So we're predicting this girl to be called Autumn. What do you reckon Autumn's going to be like? So you're saying she's the playable character as well. So maybe what I said for Nora, maybe? I don't know.
Precisely, yeah, and honestly, it's what you said from like in terms of the logic. Because like, yeah, there's so many shots. Like you've got like the eye shot. There is a lot of shots with Autumn in it, and it's basically what you said. I've said that she's going to probably be the most relatable, maybe the most likable. But as a result of her being the playable character, she might be the most bland because, of course, you know, our decisions are going to impact the game.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna just steal a page at you. I think she's gonna be the goofy sidekick. Nah, for real, mate. I reckon she's gonna be the most relatable, the nicest character, the one that I see a lot of fans doing a lot of like stories and drawings about. I can just see like people warming to her massively. I think like she's just going to be someone who cares a lot about other people. I think she's going to maybe be that girl that kind of like goes out of her way to kind of help, you know, other people. I reckon she's going to be fairly quiet as well, kind of maybe quite. I reckon she's going to be the brains of the group as well. I have a feeling she's quite smart. Like in the band shot, we see she's the one with the camera, so I feel like she's going to be quite a creative person. Maybe someone who doesn't have the confidence to be like within the band itself, but someone who's happy to kind of shoot and kind of make art from it, you know. So yeah, I'm going to go with the smart creative one.
Very nice.
And then we have the girl we think is called Kat. Now, I don't know, there's just something about her that screams wisdom to me. I just feel like obviously we get the shot of her here as an adult saying like, oh, we made a promise and stuff. I think she's going to be like kind of very similar to Autumn. I can see her being shy, nice, quiet, but maybe just like kind of like intelligent in a very different manner. Like I can see her just being that pearl of wisdom that looks out for the group as well. I could see her maybe being like the least close, maybe someone who's like new to town. Like often, you know, films and stuff do that dynamic where, you know, you have pre-established people and then you have a newbie come in that they introduce. If there is an outsider, I'm just going to sort of say it's this girl here. How about you lad?
And very similar. Yeah, I've put that she's going to be quite shy, but she's still got an element of fun in her. Like there is a little bit in the trailer where she's got like a flashlight and she, you know, puts it to her face, actually trying to scare one of the other girls. So yeah, I don't think she's going to be like massively shy. I do think she's still going to like have her place within the group. But I really like your like wisdom thing. I might have to steal that as well. So we've basically got the same sort of predictions, mate, across all four.
Yeah, speaking of Cat as well, now, not to stereotype and stuff as well, but like, I said that this reminds me heavily of It, you know, because like, I mean, from this shot alone, it looks like a friend group who made a pact. They've come back into town and something supernatural is affecting them. Now, to steal a page out of It's, but you have the character called Mike, who like not only is the black character as well, but is the one that stays in the town, invites the others back. And I just feel like if they've literally torn the same page out of the book, I feel like this is the person who's like inviting them all back, the person who has a tie to the town. And like I say, going with the outsider point as well, I feel like maybe she's new in school, she gets like picked on early doors, and these three like adopt her, like, welcome to our punk little world. So I don't know, I can just see that happening as well for some random reason, mate.
Interesting. Nicely ties into what I'm just about to say as well, because I'm pretty sure it's a while ago since I saw it, but I'm pretty sure it's the same with Mike. But looking at this, and you can almost tell it's going to be that sort of story, especially when you're jumping between timelines, that it's going to be like a coming of age story. And I know I've already said that Kat, I think, is going to be like the most shy of the group. So I feel like that she's going to perhaps, you know, maybe in the early stages of this game when you're playing as the kid, she might have a slightly more background role, be a little bit more reserved. But then by the time she comes to be the adult, she's actually going to be like one of the main people that we, you know, look at and maybe not play as, but do you know what I mean? She'll become a lot more significant character because it's that coming of age thing. So yeah, that's it, mate.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, mate, I've got not much more to add there. Just I guess that, like, you know, for anyone watching this video, please let us know what you think the names are going to be and let us know what your character predictions are. And one thing I'd like to know as well, mate, when we do play the game, for us to look back at this video and just see how wrong we were.
I know. Tell me about it. I feel pretty confident on the predictions, but I feel like that's dangerous territory to say that. It could be completely wrong. The girl on the left could be Kat, and, you know, Swann could be the one on the right, and, you know, yeah, crazy. Okay, guys, yeah, like Liam said, do let us know your thoughts in the comments below, your predictions, not only just of the names of the characters, but obviously their personalities too. Hopefully we'll find out a little bit more about Lost Records in the coming weeks and months, including a release date. But until then, we will see you next time.
Take care, guys. See you soon.